Hi, my name is Monica. It creeps me out to remember the day I first discovered my extra breast. Telling my story is going to be difficult, but I'm still going to try because I think it's really amazing. When I was 13, I found out I was apparently a freak of nature. That's what I used to say after they fixed what was wrong with me. Why did I have to become Mother Nature's test subject? Well, let's start at the beginning. I was just an ordinary teenage girl, cared and provided for by my parents who made sure I wanted for nothing. If I happened to get sick, it was usually a common cold or tonsillitis. They wouldn't leave my bedside. They'd do everything in their power to help me get better soon. Sometimes, when pharma drugs wouldn't help, we'd rely on folk medicine. We got into it after Mom received a horrible diagnosis, soft tissue sarcoma, which is difficult to cure. Mom lost a lot of weight and gloom descended upon our house. We all knew what our future likely held. My parents went from doctor to doctor, but none of them could reassure them or give them hope. Then someone recommended a well-known local folk healer to them. Mom visited her every day for 3 months. Her ministrations seemed to help because to the doctor's surprise, Mom got better. Her deadly disease was gone. The old woman seemed to banish my afflictions just as easily as I learned after some kind of weird bumps appeared under my right arm. Yikes, that was terrible! The pain kept me awake at night and the fever didn't subside for days. Drugs did nothing to help me. My mom and I went to our old friend. Upon examining me, she shook her head and said I appeared to be hexed. She then went ahead with the healing. I couldn't put my arm down for 2 weeks while she worked on me. But one day, after a session with her, my abscess burst and left a huge, disgusting wound. I spent another 2 weeks bandaged up and ended up with a sizable scar. I still shudder at the memory. I asked the healer what my affliction was called. She said the common term was Fox-Dan disease. I looked up the medical term online, hidradenitis. It is usually treated by surgery, but our healer had saved me from the knife and I really appreciated that. We used her services to treat any and every illness afterwards. Thankfully, nothing serious troubled me for a while. Until one day, when I was 13, I went to take a shower. I was in a great mood as we were going to visit our relatives with Mom and Dad. Suddenly, I felt a lump under my armpit, the size of a bean. I sprung out of the bathroom and rushed to my mom, still covered in bubbles. It was sickening to think my previous incident could repeat itself. Mom is generally anxious about our health, so she dragged me to the wise woman again, immediately. The healer said, "Let's get to the healing right away. No point in delaying it." We agreed, of course. I was in treatment for 3 months, but this time her healing sessions didn't help. On the contrary, the lump kept growing. It hurt when pressed, and the skin around it darkened. In addition to the tumor, I had a mysterious stain on my skin now. Mom cried and said someone must have hexed us again. It was obviously something other than hidradenitis this time. As I was staring at myself in the mirror, I was struck by an ingenious thought. The lump looked exactly like either of my breasts. I summoned Mom. She was speechless for a moment, but yes, she agreed it looked like a third breast. We had never heard of such a thing before. At the first light of the morning, we were already walking to the nearest hospital. The young surgeon looked at us as if we were nuts and called other doctors to his office. The entire hospital gathered to see this monstrosity. Finally, they called a mammologist. The elderly woman had apparently worked there for decades, so she had an explanation for us. Some women do develop an extra breast like I did. They can even use it for breastfeeding if they have a baby. But of course, this oddity doesn't really look aesthetically pleasing, so she offered to remove it. We planned a surgery. I was understandably anxious. I even cried a bit. Everyone tried to calm me down, saying it would all be fine in the end. The days of surgery flew by and I tolerated the general anesthesia very well. My fear seemed laughable now. I had wasted so much time. After they removed the stitches, my issues were gone without a trace. My mom and I often laughed together. What if I had kept the extra breast? What kind of a swimsuit would I need? And what would my prom dress look like? I'm 15 now and I'm doing great. I wish we went to the doctor right away back then instead of spending so much time in the dark and worrying ourselves sick. I could have had my extra breast removed months earlier. So never delay the treatment you need and don't dismiss conventional medicine completely. A doctor can help where charms and herbal concoctions can't, and time can be of the essence.
Would you like to see more episodes? Support us by hitting like and subscribe. If you want to see your story in one of our videos, send it to this email address.